Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Dior, and this is Arkham Horror, the card game. Dunwich Legacy, and we'll be doing Undimensioned Unseen. I just got done with my tabletop group, and we had done the, I guess, third or fourth scenario, the one with all the rats in it, in Circle Undone. We did miss up a significant rule, but I did realize a couple of things. One, it's not a big deal, but I've been having monsters unexhaust or ready during their enemy phase, which is actually not when they do it. It actually happens on the upkeep phase. This generally doesn't make a difference, and in most cases, well, I guess another thing to also point out is every time a monster attacks, they actually exhaust themselves. But since they unexhaust themselves right in the next phase, most people don't bother doing that. But it does have some influences on certain things. But yeah, it's just something I kind of figured. I realized while doing the dealing with the Rat Man. Anyway, so for this scenario, we're going to be going through a lot of pain. You may have not noticed because we've been doing okay on most of the scenarios, but this campaign tends to try to self-balance itself based on how well you're doing. For example, if you had failed one of the two starting scenarios, you would actually get some bonus experience, but you of course would suffer other penalties. But how well we did on Blood on an Altar directly influences how difficult Undimensioned Unseen is, and Undimensioned Unseen is also going to influence where Doom awaits. So it's we're going to go through some pain. I'm just going to be flat out. We're going to go through pain here. Your search of the village of Dunwich has uncovered a number of documents, journal entries, and esoteric theories. Reading through these materials leaves you exhausted and emotionally drained. Most of the content was written by a single source, a man named Seth Bishop. When you ask around town, you learn that Seth is a citizen of Dunwich, along with several others. Seth had witnessed firsthand the devastation wrought by the events of the Dunwich Horror, as Armitage had dubbed the incident. Curiously, since that time, very few people had seen Seth around town, and those who did claimed his eyes had been bloodshot and his face sweaty and pale. You don't doubt that somebody who has seen what Seth has seen would appear nervous or paranoid, but the more you read of his frantic and unhinged writings, the more you believe he is involved in recent events. His writings speak of having gathered the remains and of using arcane methods to imbue the Father's essence into other creatures and eventually into other people. The explanations and diagrams that follow are unfathomably complex and defy understanding. Before you are able to find Seth and confront him, several men and women from the village approach you in a panic. "It's back," one of them wails. You recognize him as Curtis Watley of the Undecayed branch. Whatever it was that killed them fries, it's back up and smashed the bishop's home like it were made of paper. Curtis and the other townsfolk are clamoring amongst themselves, raising their voices in panic. We can choose to calm them down in order to learn more, or we can warn the townsfolk and convince them to evacuate. We're going to go ahead and pick part 2. So we're going to warn them. You warn the townsfolk that they are in grave danger and urge them to flee Dunwich while they can. Several of them immediately heed your advice, remembering the terrible monstrosity that had previously endangered the town. Curtis drops to his knees in despair, sweating feverishly. "It's that thing again, ain't it? It's come back for us," Curtis stutters. "I hope you've got some of that powder the old professor had last time. We couldn't even see the damn thing until it sprayed it. To this day, I wish I hadn't seen it at all. Something must be done to stop the monster's rampage, but if the documents you found are true, there may be more than one such creature on the loose. Record in the campaign log that you warned the townsfolk." Alright. Then go straight to setup. Alright. So put one of the two versions of the following locations in play at random. So we can just do this by clicking Setup. Alright, we do all start in Dunwich Village. I also spend a lot of today going through the on Arkham DB looking over these decks, and I've actually changed them up to be a lot more consistent. Fortunately, that's hindsight. Anyway, check the number of names under Sacrifice to Yog-Sothoth in your campaign log. So the more that got sacrificed actually reduces the number of broods that spawn, or are that you need to deal with. Since we did pretty much as good as you can get, we only had one sacrifice. We're going to end up spawning a brood of Yog-Sothoth in Cold Spring Glen and one in Blasted Heath. Starting with 2 of these guys is rough. Because it pretty much guarantees there's a chance one of them will reach you. And then you put the final 3 set aside out of play. If you had gotten 4 sacrifices, you would set 2 out of play, and the rest would actually get removed from the game. And then you would only need to deal with 2 of the things. So yeah, this is going to be rough. Because essentially, if you want to do the best possible outcome, we would have to defeat 5 of these. And that's difficult. Alright, besides all of that, what's this? Is that just the discard? Yeah, it looks like the discard. Okay. Set each copy of Esoteric Formula aside out of play. That's fine. An investigator with the Powder of Ibghazi in their deck may search their deck and put it into play. I already have it in play. This thing has X clues, where it's X the number of characters who survived Dunwich in the campaign log. So we will put 4 clues on this. And what this can do as a lightning bolt action is you can move a clue from Powder of Ibghazi to an exhausted brood of Yog-Sothoth at your location. Which I think I made that mistake. I didn't realize you have to have them exhausted. Which is actually really hard to do. Holy cow. Because we don't actually have anyone that's good at evading. Alright, each investigator searches the collection for a random basic madness, injury, or pact weakness and adds it to their deck for the remainder of the campaign. And then shuffle the remainder of the encounter cards to the built-in counter deck. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, both of us get a new weakness. We're going to start with Diana first. That's not true. Something broke here. Give me a moment. Alright, so there were some issues with the scripting on the save for some reason, so I went and loaded up a fresh version of this module and grabbed the weaknesses from there. I did mulligan it once because I did forget that injuries were included in the list, and I didn't remember which ones I actually drew that were injuries, so I just went with these ones, which were to my detriment because arm injury is really bad because it's going on Diana. I don't have any way of healing. Which is the way to get rid of it. So yeah, put it in your threat area. It can be healed as if there were a single point of damage on you. If it is healed, discard it. After you take a fight or activate action, you can't take any more of those actions for the remainder of the turn. So it is very dangerous. And then Daisy got Hypochondriac, which is put in your threat area, and every time she takes a damage, she takes 1 direct horror, and you double action to discard it. This is not bad for Daisy. You don't want her taking damage in the first place. So... And she has plenty of sanity to soak all that. Also, full disclosure, I played through this and did rather well, but I realized I had made some rules mistakes that could have influenced it, and so I decided to scrap that footage and just start from here again. The 2 rules I messed up were, I don't know if I did this, but it felt like I did. Diana, her special ability can only be triggered once per phase, which usually is not a big issue because there's not that many opportunities where it can trigger more than once. But in this one, it definitely happened, or it quite possibly happened, and I ended up putting things in the basement that probably shouldn't have. I'm not entirely certain I did this one, but I definitely made a rules mistake with Daisy. I had the Necronomicon out pretty early, and I did draw an Elder Sign, and I did treat it as a success when it should have been an auto fail in that case. And that could have influenced tempo of all things, I don't know, but just to kind of try to stay as legit as possible, because the run that I scrapped, I did take out 4 out of 5 of them, which is really, really good. So we'll see if I can pull that off again. In any case, let's go ahead and shuffle the encounter deck and then take a look at this. Rampaging creatures. Reports of terrifying entities wrecking across the countryside have caused the citizens of Dunwich to panic. Worse, the creatures seem to be invisible to the naked eye. At the end of the enemy phase, move each brood of Yog-Sothoth enemy once toward a random location. The way you use random locations is you take the 6 locations that were not used and just shuffle them, and then you can just pick one at random from that to decide the movement for each of these broods. But in TTS, we just have this move brood button that'll handle everything for us. And I'll explain how it works once we have to use it. Also, it says I have 4 clues right now. That's because it counts even things on your cards. So just to limit confusion, I'm going to set this the powder off to the side, and that'll make it go back to 0. All right. Next, Saracenic script. The monsters tearing through Dunwich County are immune to traditional weapons. Only by reciting a particular incantation can the creatures be defeated. First, you must search the ruins of Wilbur Whatley's home in order to find the final sections of the otherworldly script. Only investigators at Whatley Ruins may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance, so we need 4 clues. Undimensioned unseen. So skulls is -1 for each brood of Yog-Sothoth in play. Currently there are 2, so it's -2. And then the cultist is reveal another token, and if you fail, you take a horror. The tablet would be 0, but you would have to also remove all clue tokens from a brood of Yog-Sothoth in play, or this token's modifier is -4 instead. And then the Elder thing is -3, and if it's revealed during an attack or evasion attempt against brood of Yog-Sothoth, it immediately attacks you. So it can be it's a good thing we don't have those other tokens. All right, let's go ahead and mulligan. All right. Zebulon is not terrible. But we definitely need weapons. Even though the weapons we have are useless against the brood, there's definitely more than broods out there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, got a survival knife. Okay, and then shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. 1, 2, 3. Oop. Hello, Stubborn Detective always saying hi to us. Water protection, strain solution, and a deduction. Don't need that. Don't need this. I don't need the ward right now. Okay, Astounding Revelation is not a good thing to have in hand, but that's fine. We'll make do. Alright. Well, since I kind of know what the locations are, I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that, since I did have to scrap such a good run. Let's start with Daisy. Okay, this is the freezing variant, which is definitely something we need. So I'll put out the... Actually, let's do it this way. Yeah. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and move twice, because we need to get to the Whatley Ruins as soon as possible. But first, it is always a relief to get clear of the place and to follow the narrow roads around the base of the hills and across the level country beyond till it rejoins the Alsbury Pike. Afterward, one sometimes learns that that one has been through Dunwich. All right, you can resign here. It has 1 clue on it. You can spend a lightning bolt action to borrow some hounds to track the creatures by scent, and an investigator in Dunwich may place 1 of his or her clues on any abomination enemy in place. Group limit once per game. And you also resign, which is just you hide from the creatures. So here we go. 10 acres. The trees of the frequent forest belts seem too large, and the wild weeds, brambles, and grasses attain a luxuriance not often found in settled regions. At the same time, the planted fields appear singularly few and barren. Right, this place has 3 clues. You can set bait using a live animal. Each investigator in 10 acres meadow may place 1 of his or her clues on an abomination enemy and 10 acre meadow. Group limit once per game. Alright, so that was my first action. I'm actually going to go ahead and spend 3 resources and get out the Grim Memoir. Then I'm going to book action, and I'm going to deduction this. So the difficulty is 2. This is 9, so 9 to 2. We pass by plenty, so we get 3 clues here. Okay, we do draw a card. Cryptic Research. I'm going to go ahead and spend a resource to go ahead and get out the Strange Solution. And then I'm going to go ahead and fast out this Cryptic Research, which will allow me to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got the Strange Solution, which is the healing version. We got a Eureka and a Promise of Power. Okay. Diana. Diana's going to spend a resource to get out Wolf Mask. And then spend 3 resources to get out Zebulon Watley. Do I want him, actually? It's hard to say which one's better. Let's get out Zebulon Watley first. And for my last action, I'm going to go ahead and gain a resource. Alright, enemy phase. These guys do not move by themselves. They have 3 health, 6 attack, 3 evasion, and they're massive. We'll go ahead. So at the end of the enemy phase is when this will trigger. So let's go ahead. It's the end of the enemy phase at this point. Move Brooks. Alright, so the way this works is it's color-coded. So this one has a teal outline, and there's the teal going here. So it's trying to go to this location, and it'll take the most direct route. So it's going to go this way. And this one is staying in place. Okay, and then it goes upkeep. Alright, good thing I got the Wolf Mask out. Oops, sorry, wrong thing. Upkeep. Upkeep. Okay. We can work with most of that. Just seeing kind of what all my options are. Alright, first Mythos, let's shuffle this deck and draw. If there are no investigators at the same location as a Brood Yog-Sothoth, Ruin and Destruction gain Surge. Otherwise, each investigator at the same location as the Brood tests 3 foot, and for each point he or she fails by, you take 1 damage. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pop an offering for that. Make it 5 to 3. We pass. Put Unhallowed Country into play in your threat area. You cannot play allies. Treat the predictive text box of each ally asset you control as if it were blank. At the end of your turn, test 3. If you succeed, discard Unhallowed Country. So I can't play allies, but if I had an ally out, they would still be able to soak. Because all it says is just the text box is blank, not the rest of it. Alright, so let's go ahead and go with... yeah, I'll go with Daisy. Daisy's going to move to Watley Ruins. It was as though a house launched by an avalanche had slid down through the tangled growth of the almost vertical slope. Alright. And so we got ourselves Watley Ruins here. It will... each investigator will get -1 will, and you can test, spin an action and test book 4 if you're successful. Move a Brood Yog-Sothoth enemy 1 location in any direction. The ancient arcane tomes found within the Watley Ruins hold the secrets to manipulating monsters. So yeah, the idea is you have like these traps and things you can take advantage of to hopefully get stuff done. All right, so that was my first action. I need one clue. So let's do something about that, shall we? I'm gonna go ahead and pop a Grim Memoir and a Eureka using a book action. So that's going to be a total of 8 to 2. We succeed. Draw a card using the Grim Memoir. Okay, Hypochondria, not the end of the world. And then top 3 for Eureka. Okay, I want the String of Curses. Shuffle, 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 because I always forget to shuffle. All right, that gets me one clue, by the way. And then I'll go ahead and automatically advance. Obtaining the formula. Check campaign log if Dr. Armitage survived the Dunwich legacy. There, Armitage sighs a breath of relief, jotting down the last phrases of the formula. I've translated the last of it. He shudders as he hands you the script, the words conjuring forth memories of his battle with the creature. I hope this is the last time I'll have to read it, he admits. But if we do nothing, the end result will be much, much worse. Each investigator puts into play one set-aside esoteric formula. Oh yeah, I forgot. I summoned this guy, didn't I? Yeah, he should be at 2. Yep, 2 brain. Okay, so set aside. We're gonna get 2 of these. All right, esoteric formula. You can spend an action and fight with it, and it uses willpower instead of fist. You get +2 willpower for this attack for each clue on the attacked enemy. Use this ability only on an abomination enemy. Negatotium, Perambulums, Balans, and Tembris. All right. And then, yeah, so this is what makes it a little dangerous. I don't actually have anyone with super high will. Diana has to work to get her will that high, so it is unfortunately what it is. Let's go ahead and... Oh, and now we can use this thing, which will help. So every clue on these things will make it much easier to fight them. So right now, if I were to fight these things, it'll be, what, 2 to 6? I can make it 4 to 6 using Dunwich Village. I can make it... And then these I can put clues on an exhausted brood without too much issue. But I think I'm going to buy a little bit more time first. I think that's going to be the plan. Also, this location is not a good place to fight in. just FYI. Yeah, the strange solution's not a big deal. Archaic glyphs. Biggest issue right now is I actually don't have very many cards to put in Diana's basement right now. She also doesn't particularly have the best card draw. Also, I'm gonna race it against the clock. Diana can potentially draw that arm injury and essentially cripple her. So that's also a problem. So let's go ahead and if we can get a clue, we can eventually get 2 clues onto it. So this location here can put some clues on it, which will be rather useful. But you have to, of course, get the abomination over there, which I can do with this. And they'll give me the 2 clues. We would essentially be, what, 7 to 6 in some of these cases, which is not too bad. Okay, yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do. I'm going to spend an action to go ahead and try to move this brood. Okay, sorry about that. I did rewind a bit because I didn't realize that Daisy didn't have any clues, so moving to 10 acre does not make any sense. So, with that in mind, instead I'm going to investigate the current location. I'll go ahead and use the Grim Memoir. Make it 7 to 2. We succeed. Draw a card. Okay. Last action, I'll actually spend 2 resources to get out the Dream Diary. Alright, Dream Diary will make things a little bit easier as well. Okay. Diana, I'm going to go ahead and have you evade. Also, I need to get a clue from the investigation I just did. Okay, evade. I am 5. Using the offering, I have 5 to 3. I pass. Exhausted. I am going to go ahead and investigate using Promise of Power. Alright, got a clue. And then last action, I'm going to go ahead and move. Or I can get out my knife. Now I'll just move. Okay. Enemy phase. There are no enemies engaged with anyone and no enemies that move. So move broods. Okay. This one's going to go here. This one's going to go here. It's at the end of the enemy phase, so they don't attack yet. Upkeep. Back. Research. Oh, also I need to test 3 brain on Daisy here, so I will. I'll just go 3 to 3. Unfortunately, I failed, and I do take a horror. Okay. Mythos. Second Mythos. Draw. Rotting Remains. I'm right now 2 to 3. Not much I can do about that. I do fail, so I will take a horror from this. And I'll take a horror from the Rotting Remains, and I'll put it all on Watley here. And then you, Eager for Death. I'm actually going to go ahead and I'll go ahead and do Let Me Handle This. And send it over here. I get +2 to this, so I'm now 4 to 2. Increase the skill difficulty by 1 for each damage on you. If you fail, take 2 horror. If they catch the fleeing soul with it when it leaves the body, they instantly flutter away, chittering and demonic laughter. Good times. I'm just seeing everything. Yep, nothing else. Cool. So 4 to 2. We pass. Since I pass, I'll go ahead and exhaust him. And, his memories of chantings in the Great Stone Circles were not altogether connected with Wilbur and his grandfather. Draw a card. Oh, arm injury. We're screwed. Okay, I can't do anything about that. So now I can only attack once per round. So it better be a big one. Just for the remainder of the turn. So not the round. Good to know. All right. That is all of that. So we go straight into investigator phase. I'm going to go ahead and use one of my charges. Oh, first I get this in my hand. Boop. I'm going to go ahead and use one of my strange solutions to evade. I'll evade the Brood Yogg-Sothoth 6 to 3. Pass. Also, this should be on here. Oh, wait, no, I didn't use it. All right, I'll move over. So that was my first action. Second action, I'm going to move to here. And we'll go ahead and do the lightning bolt action on this. So each of us can put 1 clue on it, on the brood here. All right, so currently now we have +4 whenever we use the esoteric formula on it, which make it, 7 to 6, which isn't terrible. I am going to go ahead and use another strange solution to evade. Okay, we pass. He is now evaded. Actually, I'm going to rewind real quick. Before I move, I'm going to actually do a tome action. This would make a difference. Okay. So this will go. I'll get a clue from this and then move. Sorry for getting a little all over the place here. So it would have been like that. Okay. Which also means since I have 8 cards in my hand, my Essence of Dream is actually a lot better now. So instead of doing a supply here, can I copy? Yeah, copy. So instead of doing Essence of Dream or Strange Solution here, I'm actually going to go ahead and attack. So currently I am 7 to 6. I'll use Essence of Dream. Actually, 7 to 6. I'll use Eureka. That'll make it 8 to 6. Elder Sign. I get to draw all sorts of things. So I have 2 tomes out, so I do draw for 2 for that. And then I also do the damage to this guy, which is important. And then top 3. Oh, look at those weaknesses. Right. All that was waiting for us. Okay. So that happened. That was all for actions. Next will be... Oh, wait, we do have healing. I forgot. We have the restorative solution. So, okay, we're not completely screwed. I just have to get it out. Alright, so while this thing is... okay, so this thing's actually active and not evaded. So it's going to go to Diana. Diana's going to spend the action to evade it. And we're going to get some help here. So she'll go ahead and do Essence of Dream, making it 7 to 3. That's a success. That's evaded. Alright, yeah, sorry about me rewinding a bit there, but I want to try to be as efficient as possible here. I've actually never done it before with 5, not counting the mulligan that I mentioned earlier. Alright. Oh, also, I need to do Unhallowed Country. I apologize. We can make it 4 to 3 using the St. Hubert's key. Also, you don't discard until upkeep phase, so that's why I'm not worried about that part. Okay, we pass. We get rid of it. Good. That'll help. Okay, so this guy's evaded. I will go ahead and... I'm currently 6 to 6 if I were to try to blast him now. But I'm going to go ahead and spend a resource to get out Backpack. Check search top 12. Wolf Mask, which is not going to be that helpful. Survival Knife and Twilight Blade. Alright, just as always, I'm going to set these off to the side. They're all under the backpack. Alright. Yeah, and then I could make it 8 to 6. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use one of the powders. It's a lightning bolt, so I'll put a clue on this. So I get plus 6 to this, so I'm now 8 to whatever, and I'll attack. Okay, pass. So it's at 2 damage out of 3. Alright, enemy phase. This one's going to move back. This one's going to move up. Upkeep. Did I shuffle? I did not. There we go. Also, I'm going to shuffle here again, just in case. Upkeep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to discard something. I'll discard the Astounding Revelation. Alright, goes to Mythos. We're 3 out of 5. Towering Beast. I'm going to go ahead and use Dark Insight here, and we'll put it in the basement. So what this does, peril attached to a brood of Yog-Sothoth enemy in play. If that enemy is at your location, take 1 damage, and it gets +1 fight, +1 health. We don't want to deal with that right now. Okay, goes to Daisy. Alright, Avian Thrall goes for lowest book, but it always goes to the one you spawn unless it says otherwise. So we got our first other. Now these things are abominations, so we can use the powder on them as well. In fact, using it is actually advantageous. These things that go after lowest book as prey, they have Hunter. They hit for 1 and 1. They have 5, 4, 3 for their stats. So 5 attack, 4 health, and 3 evasion. And while Avian Thrall is being attacked using a ranged firearm or spell asset, it gets -3 fight, which makes it a 2. Esoteric Formula is a spell, so you can use that to do bad things. Alright, that is all of that. I just thought of this. If I have 8 cards and I have both Dream Diaries out, this Essence of Dream becomes a 6 wild card, which is pretty neat because they do stack. Alright, so with all of that, let's go ahead and draw. Oh, we just did our bad cards. So yeah, let's go ahead and go investigation phase. For now, we'll go ahead and move. And then attack with Esoteric Formula. Alright, 1 down. And it goes into victory. Alright, skulls are now -1 for at least a little while. Last action, I'm actually going to go ahead and play the survival knife that's in my backpack. And then that'll be it. Alright. Oh, I didn't get back a resource from this thing. From doing the thingamajig. Or did I? Give me a second. Okay, I did fail to do my resource and draw part. Okay, well, another backpack. Alright, that is it for Diana. We'll go ahead and go straight into Daisy here. Daisy will get an Essence of Dream back because of her Dream Diary. And I'm going to go ahead and evade it using the Essence of Dream. It'll be 6-3. Okay, we get to draw 2 cards. 1, 2. Yep, hello, you. So you're evaded. Fortunately, we can't use the powder on you. I'm going to go ahead and evade again. This time we have to use actually we can just use 2 research librarians. So 4-2. I failed. Okay. I'll go ahead and use the Strange Solution then. I was planning on, doing other things this round, but that's not happening. Alright, so 6-2. Oh, get to draw more cards. 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll have to discard soon, but that's okay. So, evaded. Unfortunately, that wasn't the most efficient turn. Okay, enemy phase. These guys will unexhaust and say hi. Oh, actually, I don't get to draw those cards. Text is blank. I'm going to just put it back in the order they were in. Okay. Yeah, I actually didn't get the second Elder Sign ability. It still acts as a pass, though. Alright. Let's go ahead and do the move Brood. He stays in place. Upkeep. Which is good, because now I don't have to discard. Go to Mythos. We're 4 to 5. Alright, I'm currently 3 to 2. We'll go ahead and attempt this. We pass. I'm going to go ahead and use Watley's ability to draw a card. Perfect. Then you. If there are no abominations in play, Alter Beast gets Surge. Otherwise, choose an abomination, heal all damage from that enemy, and attach it. Alright, so it's attached. And then force whenever you enter attached enemy's location or vice versa. In other words, if it comes towards you, you take 1 horror. Very annoying, but that's okay. Alright, so that is it for Mythos. Goes into investigation. We'll go with Diana first. She's going to move. She will spend 2 resources to go ahead and get out her survival knife. And she's going to engage Stubborn Detective. Yeah, engage Stubborn Detective. This will give an offering back. Also, right now, I do have only 2 willpower right now because of the Stubborn Detective nonsense. Does this actually remove the cards? Let me check. I checked Arkham DB and the FAQ, and I could not find any immediate answer. I'll assume that the card does stay, but you do get the debuff. Yeah, I don't think it matters because the action, it doesn't say anything about keeping the cards underneath it. It's just performing the reaction, so I think it's fine. Anyway, goes to Daisy next. Daisy gets her Essence of Dream back. I'm going to go ahead and spend an action and evade. Using Essence of Dream. So this is going to be 6 to 3. I pass. Gets evaded. Next action, I'm going to spend a resource to get out the Strange Solution, Restorative Concoction. And then last action, I am actually going to go ahead and cure the damage to get rid of this thing. Okay. Alright, goes to enemy phase. Enemies, we'll start with Stubborn Detective. It's going to attack. Treat only on the investigator, only on their text box. So I can still do Survival Knife. This is going to be 5 to 2. We succeed, does 2 damage, he is gone. Alright, now your stuff is back to normal. Okay, and then move Broods. Moves back. I can live with that. Upkeep. This guy will on-exhaust, and he's going to engage lowest book, which will be actually Diana. And Diana will replace a offering there, which is good. So we're restocked on that, so we have ways of evade again. Upkeep. Upkeep. Okay. We can work with that. Mythos. It advances. Calamity strikes. An old pickup truck rolls to a stop along the weathered trails of Dunwich. The driver, Joe Osborne, calls out to you with through a shattered driver's side window, the truck's engine still running. It's over at the Eric's farm, he shouts. Dunn blasted their place apart, poor Henry and Martha. You ask Osborne for the location of Eric's homestead, and it confirms your worst fear. For that attack to have occurred recently, there must be more of the monsters on the loose. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Another mistake I was also constantly making, though I was catching it. There's encounter cards that will be discarded upon advancing the agenda. You need to make sure you discard first, then shuffle. And then spawn one set aside brewed Yogg-Sothoth enemy at random at Fable. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to shuffle this pile here, and I'll shuffle it once, and whatever's on top is where it is. Watley Farm. So both of them are at Watley Farm. Okay. Let's go with Mythos. Sword in Silent. Yeah, it's this card. So we've seen this before. Attach Sword in Silent to your location at the end of the round. Each investigator at the attached location takes 1 horror. When the agenda advances, discard it. So you have to discard first, then do the rest of the effects. Oh, also up here, biding its time. Once in a while, a wind sweeping up out of Cold Spring Glen would bring a touch of ineffable photor to the heavy night air, but the look for terror did not appear. Whatever was down there in the glen was biding its time, and Armitage told his colleagues it would be suicidal to try and attack it in the dark. Alright, so with all that, let's go ahead and draw Mythos. That's right. Towering Beast, peril attached to a brood of Yogg-Sothoth. If that enemy is at your location, it takes 1 damage. Or you take 1 damage. I'll go ahead and just start throwing this on the one that's already buffed. We're just going to make that one a super buffed one, and we'll deal with it later. Whippoorwill. Hello. Alright. He's annoying. Alright, next. Let's go ahead and take our turns. So, investigation phase. I'm currently, it'll be 3 to 2 if I were to, I can either do 5 to 5 or 3 to 2 right now. And I think 3 to 2 is probably the safer bet. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just attack the Avian Thrall. We'll go 4 to 2 with Vicious Blow. Okay, 2 damage. Wait, did I do that wrong? Yeah, I did do that wrong. I was doing the fight action from this. I can't Vicious Blow that. Sorry, I'm thinking here. Sorry, I should have done 2 Vicious Blows. That's what I should have done. But since I said I was doing Esoteric Formula, then I won't be able to do the Vicious Blows, so I'll just say I failed. Alright, next action I will attack. This time I'll use the Vicious Blows. Alright, there's only -2, so we do pass. It would have been 5 from the knife and then 7 because of the 2 Vicious Blows, so we do 3 damage to it. Alright. Then I'm going to go ahead and use a... I'll use my last action to... I'm going to use Esoteric Formula this time, again. So, 3 to 2. We pass. We can take a card in our basement and put it back in our hand. I will go ahead and do that. This guy is dead. Alright. Then it goes to Daisy. Daisy will get her Essence of Dreams back. Let's go ahead and... Oh, wait. I forgot about the Whippoorwill. Let's just rewind that turn. I apologize. I forgot about the Whippoorwill, and it does make a difference. So... Okay, let's just retry this. So we got a Whippoorwill here, and it's going to be a problem. All right, you know what? We're not gonna beat around the bush here. We're just going to evade. I'm going to discard a backpack. Actually, can be played as if they're okay. Played, but you can't commit. And an offering. So that puts us at 5 to 3. That's including the whippoorwill minus. And we're just going to evade him. All right. That's my first action. Second action, I am actually going to go ahead and move down here. Cold Spring Glen. God, he gasps. I told them not to go down into the glen, and I never thought nobody'd do it with them tracks and that smell and the whippoorwills screeching down there in the dark of noonday. Yes, that was English. So this place has enemies get -1 evade, so it's easier to evade here. And you can spend a lightning bolt to lure them into the dense tree cover, and it becomes entangled. Investigators can, as a group, place up to 2 clues of their clues on an abomination enemy in the Cold Spring Glen. So yeah, with this, it would be each of them can place investigators. Oh, as a group. Okay, so it'll only be able to do. So the way this is worded is each person can place 1 of their clues. This one is as a group you can place up to 2. So that's the difference. All right. So that was my move. My last action, I am going to go ahead and just draw a card. Okay, I can work with that. Goes to Daisy. Daisy will get her Essence of Dream back. I'm going to go ahead and move for my first action as well. Second action, I'm going to go ahead and investigate. I'll use deduction. So this is going to be 7 to 3. We pass. We get all the clues here. All right. Third. Oh, actually, I'll do Burning the Midnight Oil with that. So it would give me 2 resources. All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and spend my last action. One, two, three. What am I going to spend my last action on? I'll just gain a resource. Yeah, that'll be it. All right. Enemy phase. Whippoorwill's coming down. Both broods are moving up. Upkeep this guy on exhaust. Okay. And then Mythos. Surge. Each brood of Yog-Sothoth moves 1 space towards you. Rotting Remains. It's 2 to 3 right now. Yeah, I'll just make the check. That is +2. So we do pass it. I will use Watley's ability to draw a card. And then discard. Lupine Thrall. Spawn furthest location from you. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It'll be this way. So this thing is 4, 3, 4. What manner of wolf has that many teeth? Has Retaliate and Hunter. And it goes, and its prey is lowest foot, which is Daisy. Okay. So we'll go ahead and take our actions. Is this thing an abomination, by the way? Nope, just a creature. I'm going to go ahead and engage the whippoorwill. I forgot about the whippoorwill. I still passed because I had +2, which would have made it 3 to 3. Because yeah, I was 2 originally. It would go down to 1 because of whippoorwill, and then the elder sign is +2, so it would have been 3 to 3. So it was 1 to 3, and I took the risk. Okay, engage. This does get me a offering back. Yeah, this is a messy campaign. I apologize. All right, so I'll attack. I am currently 4 to 2. Again, go ahead and take it out. And then last action, I'll just spend a resource. Yeah, I'll just spend a resource to go ahead and get out the prepared for the worst. Search top 9. No weapons. Which is fine. I'm going to have to discard soon. Alright, goes to Daisy. Daisy's going to spend 4 resources to go ahead and get out St. Hubert's Key. That'll make her 1 and 1. And it will make this thing a 7 instead of a 9. Okay. Yeah, the issue here is they're all together. So that was my first action. I am going to go ahead and spend 2 resources to go ahead and get out Dr. Henry Armitage for some soak. And last action, I'm going to go ahead and gain a resource. Alright, enemy phase. This guy's going to come say hi. He'll engage lowest book, which is Diana. Diana is going to also get attacked. I'm going to spend a resource to avoid said attack and use dodge, which will go into the basement. Alright, and I'll take care of that. Oh, actually, I'll go ahead and attempt this first. Before the, Is it when it attacks me? Yeah, when it attacks me. Yeah, that's fine. Do I want to just take the damage? I've already drawn the card, so yeah, I'll just put it in the basement. Okay, it goes to Broods. 1 stays in place, 1 moves up. Oh no, they both stay in place, and then also Lupine Thrall should have moved down by 1. Okay. Goes to upkeep. I need to discard. I'm going to go ahead and discard the Drawn to the Flame. Pathfinder. Could have used that a while ago. Alright, Mythos, we're 2 to 6. If there are no investigators at the same location as a brood, it gets Surge. Dissonant Voices, so can't play anything. Unhallowed Country. We'll go ahead and test 4 to 3. Alright, stays with us for now. Oh, actually, we don't test it now. It just goes with us. Alright, goes to Investigator phase. Alright. So I can be 3 to 2 against these guys. I'll go ahead and Esoteric Formula it. Yeah, Esoteric Formula will just attack. That's a fail. That's a pass. And that's a pass. So it's taking 2 damage. Alright. Then Daisy. Like, we need these things to, we need these things to separate or something. I'm going to spend 3 resources to play Pathfinder. So I can use Pathfinder move to get there, and I could evade them both, but then I wouldn't be able to do anything afterwards. And that's the situation I'm in. Next action, I'm going to go ahead and draw. We're 9 cards away. There is a card that can help me out a lot here, but I have yet to find it. Last action, I'm going to go ahead and I'll go ahead and attack the Avian Thrall. So I'm 4-2. Yeah, 4-2. We do pass, so it takes another damage. Okay. Goes to enemy phase. This guy's going to go say hi to me. Then they're going to attack. So 1-1. I'll just do 1-1 on Henry Armitage. He has health and sanity. Oh, also I need to do Unhallowed Country. It's a fail. So I still have it. Okay. And then this one's going to attack. I'm going to go ahead and try to knife him. So 5-5. I'm going to have to discard anyway, so let's just make it 6-5. I pass. That kills. And this is going to end up going away. So I can't play assets or events. Skills are good to go. Alright, get rid of that. Alright, forgot to note the other attack. Alright, takes care of all of that. Need to move the thralls, or broods. Alright, again, they're moving all in the same directions. Over and over again. Alright, let's go to Mythos. Or sorry, I have to do upkeep. Okay, Mouse Mask is useful. Alright. Investigation. Or sorry, not investigation. We need to do Mythos. We're 3-6. Alright, I'm putting this on the same target. So that brood now has 5 health and 8 attack. Or 8 fight. Whippoorwill. Alright. Let's see if we can deal with some of these things. These things only have 3 health. But they also don't have the penalty like the other one does. I'm going to go ahead and engage it with Diana. And then I'm going to attack it using a survival knife. So I'm going to be 5-4. We'll make it 6-4. That's a pass, just barely. Does 2 damage. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't pass. Freaking Whippoorwill. Yeah, so that would have been 4, 5. Yeah, that's a fail. I need to kill the Whippoorwill first, but I never remembered to do it. I'll spend an offering and attack again. Alright, -2. This is a pass this time because it's 6. Yeah, 6-4, and it goes to 4-4. So 1 damage. Alright, and then last action, I'm going to go ahead and I might as well just attack again. I do win the attack, does 1 damage, and I get to take something out of my basement again, so I'll just take it out. Alright, so all that happened. Then it goes to Daisy. Daisy is not engaged with anyone, so I am going to go ahead and Pathfind to get out of here. And then I'm going to spend a resource and an action to get out the Mouse Mask. I'll go ahead and investigate this location. I am 6-2. We pass, we get the clue here. And for my last action, I'll go ahead and just gain a resource. I mean, my other option is draw a card. Yeah, we'll just draw a card. Okay. Alright, so that's it for that. Goes to enemy phase. I'm going to get attacked here, so I'll go ahead and throw out the dodge, put it back in the basement, and go Good to go. Actually, no. Well, I've already drawn the card. Never mind. I should have just counter-killed it, but that's my bad. Alright, then the broods move. Okay, they separated. Finally. Okay. Upkeep. I have to discard. What I should have done is Hypnotic Gaze. I'm an idiot. That would have possibly killed it. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Beat Cup for now. And your upkeep. Not what we wanted. Let's get rid of the Dream Diary. Actually, let's get rid of an Art Student. Oh, also I need to brain test. It's a fail, so I still have it. Mythos, 4 to 6. Each brood moves in play moves 1 step towards you. Well, now they're moving quite a bit. That's actually good. We actually want this thing down here. What we don't want is the Whippoorwill. Okay. And it surges. Riding remains. I'm currently 2 to 3 because of the Whippoorwill. I'll just take the initiative. Actually, yeah, take the initiative is fine. So take the initiative will make it 5 to 3. Okay, we pass. Since I passed the test, I get to draw a card. Draw the card. Okay, and then you. Frozen Fear. This will stay with us. Okay, then we go to investigation phase. I'm going to Pathfind. This will still cost an action because of this stupid ability here, but that's fine. Go down here. I'm going to go ahead and do the Lightning Bolt action here and put some clues on this guy. Daisy doesn't have any, or not Daisy, but Diana doesn't have any, but I can put up to 2 from Daisy. Okay, so we have +4 when we throw powder on this thing. Speaking of powder, let's go ahead and whack it. I'm going to spend an action. So currently, -1 from the Whippoorwill puts me at 3, and then this brings out the 7. So I'm 7 to 6 right now. I'll go ahead and use an Offering to make it 9 to 6. It's a pass, does 1 damage. Second attack. I'll go ahead and use the Essence of Dream. Oh, actually, I'll just use a Dream Diary. Alright, so that's going to be -1, so 3, it goes up back to 4, and then 8, so 8 to 6. Alright, we're at -2, so yeah, we'll go ahead and do another damage. Okay. Then I have to do Brain 3 test, so I have 4 Brain. That's definitely a fail, but we got rid of the curse. Then for the Unhallowed Country, I am going to go ahead and use Essence of Dream on that. And pass and get rid of it. Alright, next goes to Diana here. So Diana, I need you to deal with the Brood of Yog-Sothoth. It is 6. You're currently 6 to 6 with the Whippoorwill. So yeah, I'll attack the Brood, and I'm gonna have Daisy commit her Promise of Power to it. So that makes it 10 to 6. Add a curse. And it passes. We kill it. Okay. Managed to get down to that many. Alright. Then for my next action, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and engage the Whippoorwill. This will provoke, so I'm going to get attacked. I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 to play Hypnotic Gaze, which will negate the attack, and I reveal a symbol. And it didn't reflect the damage. And then put this in the basement and draw. Okay, so I'm 4 to 4 right now. I'm going to go ahead and just attack the Whippoorwill using the survival knife for the last action. All right, 2. So that makes it 2 to 2. So I do kill it. Okay, cool. No more Whippoorwills. Goes to, so it's per phase, so just keep that in mind. So now we're going to a new phase, which will be enemy phase. We're going to get punched here for 1 and 1. I will go ahead and spend the resource to dodge it. It is per phase, so I can just do this in the basement. Draw this and draw that. And then we'll go ahead and move the brood. Stays in place. And then go straight into upkeep. I have to discard again. I'm going to go ahead and discard the, out of all things, I'm going to be discarding the emergency cache. And you. Yes, we finally got it. Okay. Alright. This thing is amazing. Mythos. We're now 5 to 6. Just in time to put another one of these on there. Alright, so this thing is now 9 and has 6 health. And moving into its space will do horror. Alright. Let's go ahead and draw yours. That's bad. I actually need to ward that. So I'm going to spend 1 resource and take a horror. We're just going to kill off Dr. Hermitage here. Hermitage, I mean. And then play this. Because I do not want this active right now. Okay. Then it goes to investigation phase. Oops, sorry. I'm going to have Daisy. She's currently not engaged with anyone, so I'll Pathfinder move. It is going to cost an extra action. I am going to take 1 horror as I enter this spot because of this guy. Yeah, the altered beast here. Yep. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and spend my... Oh, no, actually, I can't do that. Let's not move there yet. So the issue now is actually the Frozen and Fear. So you know what? I'm actually going to take the Dissonant Voices. Because I need to. Yeah, so I will take the Dissonant Voices this round because I need to. There's no other option. So instead, for this round, there's not much she can do. I'll spend 2 actions to get rid of the Hypochondriac, or Hypochondria. And then my last action is just going to get a resource. And then I'll go ahead and do a 4 to 3 check here. We do pass, and we get to draw some cards. And you have to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Next, we'll have Daisy go. Daisy will just blast this thing. We have 5 to 4 with... I'll take the initiative with it. Or actually, we'll just use a wolf mask. So we'll go 7 to 4. Alright, that takes care of him. Next action. I'm just seeing what I can do here. Let's go ahead and spend 3 resources. And we'll discard this knife and play the Twilight Blade. And then last action, I'm just going to gain a resource. Yeah, that looks about right. Then it goes to enemy phase. We'll move the Brood. Goes back. Also, I didn't move you. Goes here. Upkeep. Oh, and this gets discarded at the end of the round. Upkeep. Alright, we need to discard cards again. Let's just discard the, you know what, at this point, we'll discard the Let Me Handle This. And then over here, we're going to discard the tote bag. Actually, we'll discard the hiking boots. Actually, I can make use of the hiking boots. I'll get rid of the tote bag. Actually, get rid of the Grim Memoir. We don't need it. Okay, Mythos. It is going to advance. So discard this guy. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. No place to hide. If there's a set-aside Brood of Yog-Sothoth, the lead investigator reads the following out loud. Bleak storm clouds churn overhead, and a blanket of rain pelts the countryside. As the downpour grows in intensity, you take refuge in a half-ruined shack nearby. There's a flash of lightning, and in the brief illumination, you spot the outline of something large in the rain. Without warning, the distant trees bend, though nothing seems to be bending them. Moments later, a force with the strength of a truck crashes into your refuge. Spawn one of the set-aside Brood of Yog-Sothoth enemies at the lead investigator's location, if able. Then each investigator tests or foot, and the newly spawned Brood will make an attack against each investigator who fails the skill test. Okay, so it comes to say hi. Alright, so we have to do a 4-foot test. I'll go ahead and use Take the Initiative to make it a 6-4. We pass. And then Daisy is, yeah, she's 2-4 right now. We'll go ahead and, do we want to promise to power it? Yeah, we'll well, actually, I'll have, doesn't really matter who we do it with. Yeah, we'll promise to power it. Also, I don't remember if I actually drew my Essence of Dream or not this round, but alright, so we're at 2 curses. We pass. Alright, so we don't get hit. Alright, then we shuffle these back together. I believe it said that, right? Yeah, shuffle the encounter discard. Alright, and now draw. Peril, you must choose take 2 horror or spawn a set-aside Brood of Yog-Sothoth at a random location. So this is the only way to get the 5th one. So the sides of the road shewed a bruising indicative of the blasphemously stupendous bulk of horror. So I am going to go ahead and spawn the remaining Brood, and we'll shuffle Dunwich Village. So he's up there. Okay. Next. That was just a peril, right? Yep, just a peril. If there are no investigators at the same location as the Brood, Ruin or Destruction gets surged. Otherwise, we have to do a test 3, and if we fail, we take a damage. Okay. So what, we're 3-3 right now? Yeah, we'll just do test 3-3. Well, each point you fail by makes a difference. You know what? We'll just take the... We'll go ahead and do the ward now and kill Henry Armitage. Okay. And that is it for Mythos. Alright, so we got 3 Broods on the field, and that is all of them, by the way. The other thing to note right now is Horrors Unleashed. It was no joke. Tracking down something as big as a house that no one could not see, but that had all the vicious malevolence of a daemon. Each abomination enemy gets +1 fight and +1 evade. At the end of the enemy phase, move each Brood of Yog-Sothoth enemy once toward a random location. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and evade with Daisy. I am going to go ahead and commit a Ward of Protection. So this is going to make it 4-2, because right now they have -1 evade here. That's actually a fail. Jeez, freaking skulls. Alright, let's try again. I'll promise a power at this time. We pass, and I could take a card back. We will take back the dodge. Is it May? You know what? I'm not going to do it. I want all the will I can. So it's exhausted. I am going to put all 3 clues on this thing. So now we have +6. Last action, I'm going to attack it. So this makes it 11-7. And we do 1 damage to it. Daisy is going to attack it. She is 10-7. Put this in my hand, by the way. Succeed. And succeed. Okay, this brood is dead. Alright, we're back down to 2. Last action, I'm going to go ahead and... I'm actually going to go ahead and Pathfind move. And move. We're going to go here, then here. Devil's Hop Yard. Still others try to explain the Devil's Hop Yard, a bleak, blasted hillside with no tree, shrub, or grass blade will grow. You can make a creature follow you into the mud, and each investigator this location can put 1 clue on them. Group limit once per game. A recent downpour has made the Hop Yard muddy and difficult to slog through. Also, since I revealed a location, I do get a offering back on Mouse Mask. Alright, so that is everybody. Goes to enemy phase. Just move the broods. Okay, this is going in. I am going to take 1 horror from this because of his altered beast. And this guy's going to come and say hi to you. Upkeep. Upkeep. Necronomicon, I knew it was coming. Alright, so that's fine. Mythos. Frozen in Fear. Unhallowed Country. Alright. Daisy. You're going to spend 2 actions, 2 resources, and play both of these. Alright, so this is what it's going to do. So one thing to note about these guys is they're not elites. So I can parlay with them. Choose a non-elite parlay enemy. Choose a non-elite enemy at your location and either automatically evade that enemy and place a doom on them, and then they can't take damage for the remainder of the round, and you get a clue. Or if it has doom on it already, gain a resource and kill it, or gain a resource per doom that was on it. So I'm going to take this clue, put a doom on it, and then the second one's going to kill it. So you can actually do this even before you found the said dust and stuff that you need, the spell that you need. So very helpful. And I do gain a resource from that. Okay. And then for my remaining action, we have 1 brood left. I'm going to... And unfortunately, we don't have very many other options remaining for us. I can go down there and evade it for them. Yeah, actually, what I'll do is I'm going to Pathfind move and move. So I'm going to cut through here, Blasted Heath. The summits are too rounded and symmetrical to give a sense of comfort and naturalness, and sometimes the sky silhouettes with a special clearness, the queer circles of tall stone pillars with which most of them are crowned. 2 clues. At the end of your turn, if you're on the Blasted Heath, take 1 damage. A dense yellow mist, like a terrible miasma, permeates through this region. It crawls around your skin and causes your lugs to tighten. So I'm going to move through here. I'm not going to stop here. I'm going to stop at Dunwich Village. I'm going to use the Lightning Bolt ability on it to borrow some hounds, and I can place a clue on any abomination in play. So I'll put it on that one. And that is it for her. Also, I would have gotten a offering, but I'm already capped at 2. Okay, and then it goes to Diana here. Diana is going to evade first. So this thing is currently 2, so it's going to be 3 to 2 right now. Oh, first I needed to take care of this. 4 to 3. It's a fail. All right. So 4 to 3. I could also just attack it. Actually, yeah, this is what we'll do. I'm going to spend 2 resources and fast out the delay the inevitable. And then I'm going to attack it, which is going to take 2 actions because of Frozen in Fear. So this is 7 to 7. Yep, 7 to 7 right now. And we'll make it 8, 9 to 7. Okay, good thing I did those. So I did 1 damage. I'll go ahead and attack 1 more time. This time it's just going to be 7 to 7. I succeeded, so it does another damage. And I can grab something from the basement. I'm actually okay with grabbing something from the basement right now. Do I need to, though? Yeah, let's play it safe. Let's grab a dodge. Okay. Goes to enemy phase. Enemy is going to attack me for 2 and 2. Delayed inevitable. Whenever you're dealt damage and/or horror, you discard it and cancel all of it. All damage and/or horror, so it does both. So cancel all of it. You'll get a resource. I'll put it in the basement and draw. Okay. Oh, also I need to do a. It would have been a 4 to 3 test. I would have passed. I would not have done the Elder Sign effect. Okay, so all that's done. Then we need to move the brood. He goes over here now. Yeah, it doesn't even care. It just moves. Upkeep. Funny enough, I'm doing better than even my previous run. Mythos. Okay, 2 to 7. This is also, by the way, the last agenda, so we are on the clock here. Dissonant Voices. Yeah, I'll take it. Rotting Remains. I'm 4 to 3. Let's make it 6 to 3. Yeah, 6 to 3. Oh, actually, I can do it 6 to 3 with the essence. Okay, pass. And go to investigation phase. All right. Easiest way to deal with this thing. I'll have Daisy go. She'll get her Essence of Dream back at the start of her turn. She'll Pathfind move and regular move. All the way to here. This place does have -1 brain, so I'm technically 5 to 7 right now. We'll make it 7 to 7, 9 to 7. And it's a pass, and that will finish it off. We did it. We killed all of them. This is the first time I've ever done that. I apologize if I made any rules mistakes, but I'm not going to mulligan again. Alright, each of these are victory. Defeat as many Brood of Yogg-Sothoth enemies as you can. If there are no copies of Brood Yogg-Sothoth in play or set aside, that's the key thing, does include the ones that are set aside, you advance. The Brood is ended. As you complete the incantation, the foul creature cries out with a raucous, inhuman voice. It rumbles and cracks, the syllables of its croaking far from English. As its cry plays out, the creature shrinks upon itself, and then with little warning, it is gone. All that remains is a foul stench and repulsive mark that mars the vegetation where the beast once stood. Resolution 2. This is the first time. Let's see what it is. After slaying what seems to be the last of the rampaging monsters, you retreat to Zebulon's home, exhausted and rattled by your experience. Record that no brood escaped into the wild. Then you get rid of the powder of Godsies, and then you get victory. We get 5 experience. Okay. All right. Went better than I expected. I was actually really worried about the arm injury, but I completely forgot I had the restorative. I knew I was going to be able to at least kill one if I can find the string of curses. That is a way to cheese it. There's anything that does an instant death that doesn't require an actual fight will kill these things. So you could do string of curses as one way. The other way is waylay, which can instant kill a non-elite enemy that's been exhausted. I don't know what else can do it, but those are the ways. Waylay is a survival card, and String of Curses is a Mystic level 0 card. And Waylay is also a level 0 card, so very useful. Again, if I made any mistakes, I apologize. This one is a very technical map to deal with, and also at this point we have so many effects going off at once, it was hard to keep up. Part of the reason why on my mulligan run where I messed up the rules that I noticed, part of the reason that we didn't have enough time to deal with the last one was because we kept getting swarmed by all sorts of enemy spawns. This time we didn't actually have as many. There was at one point I think I had 3 abominations on all in 10 Acre Meadow, and we were just trying to desperately fight them off. Definitely be aware that Esoteric Formula is a spell, because that helps against about half the enemies that spawn there. But yeah, honestly, went a lot better than I expected. So for experience, I think I might buy just a second brand at this point. Yeah, I think I'm going to buy a second brand for Diana, and I'm not sure what I'll replace. So, second brand, that costs 5 experience. Part of me wants to get rid of Dark Prophecy, or at least a Dark Prophecy. The other option is getting rid of a Hypnotic Gaze. Actually, I'll get rid of a Drawn to Flame. I don't need 2 of them. Alright, so this will make it so she has another weapon. Not only does she have another weapon, but it's a good weapon. For Daisy... Oh wow, I went through all our cards. I don't know if it's when you try to draw the next card, if it does the horror then or not, but it doesn't really matter. We would have won regardless. So I'm going to get another Cryptic Research, and I'm going to replace an Archaic Glyph. And that costs 4 experience, and at least 1 experience remaining, which I think I'll just hold on to, because I don't think there's anything I actually need otherwise. Alright, so with that, our next thing is going to be Where Doom Awaits, which we're going to have a pretty strong start for that one. So I am The Depressed Dior. This was Arkham Horror, the card game, Undimensioned Unseen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I've been enjoying doing these recordings, even if I've been fumbling around with the rules and stuff. It is, like I said, very difficult to juggle 2 characters at once with all the effects being active, and this is a particularly more complicated scenario. So I apologize if there are any significant mistakes, but at this point I think this was pretty legit. So I'll see you guys next time.